Welcome back, my friends. That's enough grinding. Let's actually do this. From what I recall, each opening kind of follows the same formula of introduction to town, introduction to like the character's life, then a field, a cutscene, and a dungeon and a boss, and then you get released out into the world to find the rest of the characters. So maybe once this cave is probably the dungeon. Once we unlock the cave, I'll tell you the story I was going to tell you in the previous part. But for now, let's go talk to these guys. Hello, guys. Brigand's Den, danger level 1. They're all laughing about it. Oh. Fuck you, buddy. Move aside before I cut you in two. And I think he could do it. Just who are ye? We sound like pirates, for fuck's sake.
Indeed.
Step aside, or else I'll cut you in half. Oh shit. Get him! Damn. Chuckles and Brigand.
I will not fail. Victory shall be mine.
Rawr. This is, I think, the exact same fight that I just fought in the village, so I should probably be okay. Holy shit, come on, guys.
Shall be mine. I will cut you down.
Somebody actually sent me a model of my monk character in Sargon's D&D campaign because he was inspired by my leap. When we were fighting the brigands in that game, he was inspired by my leap across the 30-foot gorge. So he 3D modeled that shit. That feel when the brigand sprites look cooler than you? Yeah, kinda. Well, it's doing the Final Fantasy thing of making the enemy sprites really highly detailed, because they kind of did that. My monk is hilarious. You think so? He's the main character. He'll win anyways. Yeah, of course. I think my monk is the only actual good character in Sargon's campaign. Be strong, lad. I'm coming for you. Nice. Like, Uzulu is, I think, overall a good person, but he's very bloodthirsty. Arch is, like, kind of... Like, he has some honor, but he's kind of double-handed, and he really only looks out for himself. V's character is a complete piece of shit. Like, purely a piece of shit. V's character. I think he's like entirely immoral and just wants to fucking start his own cult and manipulate people. Oh look, he has like a little sprite. He has a little sprite lantern. That's neat. And look at the shadow cast on him from the lantern is like as if he were a 2D cutout. You see that shit? That's neat. This is a cool game, man. Yeah, V failed for a basic healer class, yes. This is a different type of brigand because he doesn't have any kind of unlocked weaknesses yet. But it's still just going to be a sword, okay.
No, out of my way. No.
Ow. This guy's stronger too. Damn.
The thrill of the fight.
I'm halfway to leveling. I can probably level up. I don't think I'll need to heal. Okay. I just think of the graphics in the game as that thing that people taking maps from reviews and turning to public models. Yeah, it's kind of Paper Mario-y, isn't it? Like this looks like if you made a Final Fantasy game, but like tried to make it with the Paper Mario style. I think you'd get this game. All the stolen stuff.
Let us fight with honor.
My story. Okay. Oh shit! I'm gonna get fucking owned.
Out of my way. Damn.
My story. I've been thinking Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Damn.
Let me heal up.
How about this?
I'm gonna have to. Shit. I like Paper Mario style, man. I like that shit.
The battle is truly joy.
Okay. So I've been thinking recently, right? Like Dave's been on the show less and less because it's kind of his final year in school, right? And Naomi and I have a different dynamic than Dave and I. And Dave and Naomi have a different dynamic. And when all three of us are together, it's usually a giant shit show. Like, we tried to do Assassin's Creed together, all three of us, and it didn't really seem to work out. We tried to do Mass Effect together, all three of us. That one worked out a bit better because, in my opinion, Mass Effect 1 is a better game than Assassin's Creed 1. Like, by far a better game. I'm just gonna fucking boost through this asshole. Done. It's just a better game, but it was still kind of a shit show. Like, it was a game that Dave had played back and forth, and he just like he was kind of bored with Naomi and I playing it for the first time, being in the back seat on the whole thing, right? So I don't know. I've been thinking that maybe, and because Dave has been less available consistently, and if he gets like a full-time job after the school year is done, because he's done school in like a week, he's probably going to be around just as much, like only 2 or 3 times a week, right? So I'm thinking maybe, like I want to get your guys' input on this, obviously, but I think if we're going to continue our Mass Effect playthrough on the channel, Copper Lantern, I might want to do it without Dave and just have Naomi and I do it. What does this Copper Lantern do? Oh, it can just be sold, okay. We don't need a new Dave. Dave's never going to be replaced. This is not a fucking John leaving Game Grumps situation. It's just that I've come to like I thought. Time to bring Dragonfat in. I'm starting to realize that, like, I thought for a long time that Naomi and I, shit, I'm just getting destroyed.
Damn. How about this?
It requires a specific sort of game for each of the different groupings to work. Yes, I think so. Dave and I can play retro games and RPGs and stuff all day long. Naomi and I do very, very well, I think, with story-based games. I think Dave and Naomi together do very well with, like, brawlers or beat-em-ups or, like, stealth games. Poison shit. And for all three of us, I think what works best for all three of us is like fun games, party games. I think that's probably how I would describe it, Barry. But it's like Dave wanted to play Chrono Trigger with us, right? And that game. Oh fuck! I died. I didn't even notice. Okay, I'm going to grind a bit before I go in there. 1. I'm not doing a death counter for this one. I'm gonna go back and get some more items and stuff. Shit, dude. Yeah, wow. I didn't even notice I was poisoned. Okay. Anyway, that's how I think it works, Barry. And I just think that, like, Dave often on the show bites off more than he can chew, right? He'll say, like, I want to be part of Chrono Trigger. I want to be part of Earthbound. I want to be part of Mass Effect. This was last summer. These games were going on the channel. And then, like, he's like, oh, I don't have time to do them. And it's like, well, why did you start them with us then? Like, what are you doing? How come you demand us? Like, I didn't want to start Earthbound when we did, but he really did, so we did it. And then, like, 3 sessions in, he was like, can you guys just do it without me? I'm like, no, Dave. You wanted to do this. I wanted to wait a little bit longer. Because we already had other RPGs in the go, but you insisted, you know? And he also did that with Paper Mario. You know, he did it with Paper Mario and with, what's the current one we're doing? Captain Toad, you know?
Victory shall be mine.
I have a friend who will just spoil anything and everything if they played it before, so really not, you know, doing a non-blind Let's Play with them. Well, there's that. But it's also just the fact that, like...
Damn!
Let's fucking die. Okay.
With each battle, I grow
It's also the
strong.
fact that I don't like necessarily changing cast members mid-LP, right? Like, for those of you who weren't here a year ago, I'll just say it. Like, it's not like it's hidden because it's uploaded on YouTube. Naomi and I kicked Dave off of the Chrono Trigger playthrough because for every session he was there, he was drunk and he was annoying the shit out of us. So we eventually just said, fuck off. And that got him really pissed, but he survived.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
But it's like he really wanted to start Octopath Traveler, and I told him that I was doing it without him because he just couldn't be here enough days of the week, and he got mad about it. And I said, well, I bought it, so I'm doing it. I don't want to wait for you anymore. I enjoy this game. It came in last week. We've had this game sitting on the shelf for a week. He wanted to start Paper Mario and he hasn't been around, and he wanted to start Captain Toad, and I said, fine, Captain Toad's a short game, we'll just get through it, right? But basically it's becoming a situation where we started playing Assassin's Creed and Mass Effect on NTG 2 years ago. It took us a year to get through each game because we had to schedule around Dave. And I feel like the playthroughs would have been better with only 2 of us and not 3 of us. And I don't mean without Dave. Like, I think because Dave knew so much about Mass Effect and Naomi and I knew nothing, I have a feeling that he was just being impatient with it. And so maybe Mass Effect will be better without Dave. Maybe Naomi and I should pick up Mass Effect 2 very soon. You know what I mean? Like, we've been putting off playing Mass Effect 2 to find a time when all 3 of us are together. And the time's just not coming up. Because we're doing Kingdom Hearts, and we're almost done Kingdom Hearts. But the next game we're doing with all 3 of us is Life is Strange. And Life is Strange is a game that is very good with the 3 of us, because we just shit on it. Like, Life is Strange is SJW bullshit, and all 3 of us love to take a dump on that game. So that is going to be the next 3-player game, where all 3 of us are on the couch playing it. But like, there's no time to start Mass Effect 2. We've wanted to start Mass Effect 2 for almost a year now. I think over a year. I think we might have finished it like last April. So it's been a year. It's been 15 months since we finished Mass Effect 1. I think. You can always go look it up. It's on YouTube. You can go see when we actually finished it. But we've wanted to get on that series because I really enjoyed Mass Effect 1. And Dave's like, well, wait for me. You know, we did the first one together, but like, there's no time. And regarding Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed is Naomi's favorite video game franchise of all time, and it's one of Dave's favorite. And I don't like it. And I played Assassin's Creed 1 for a bit on the show, and I was absolutely terrible at it. And then Dave and Naomi played it, and then they played the whole thing. I was just in the back of the couch, kind of barely paying attention. And I feel like that game, I feel like the Assassin's Creed playthrough might be better with Dave and Naomi. Because even though I haven't played it, I have very little interest in the series. That is definitely a playthrough for Naomi, you know? And like, they played Alan Wake together, and they played Deadpool together, and those games were not that good. And I'm like, well, how come you guys aren't playing Assassin's Creed 2? You know? Why isn't it like, you both know that I don't really like Assassin's Creed the way that you two do. So how come you guys aren't playing that together without me? I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be offended. I would watch the playthrough and just see how it is, you know, and enjoy myself. But it's not a game that I'm attached to the way that those two are. So I'm thinking like I guess I kind of want to get your guys' opinion on it, on what I should do, you know? Because when Dave and I played like Kirby Superstar, that was great, because we both loved Kirby. We both grew up with Kirby, right? And if, like, Dave and I are playing Captain Toad, and we're having a lot of fun. It's more his game than mine, but we're having a lot of fun. We're playing Paper Mario, and I used to speedrun Paper Mario, and he likes Paper Mario a lot as well. We both like the Mario RPG games. So there's that. And then, like, Kingdom Hearts is a Patreon thing, so that's a different caliber of playthrough entirely. And then there's Life is Strange, which I think... What do you mean by Dave's other personality, Kier-chan? Yeah, because see, this also might just be my anxiety, right? Because Dave's done school on Tuesday. I think he's done school on Tuesday completely. Then he's graduated, he's done, he's out. Assuming that he passes everything, obviously. But assuming that he passes, his final exam's on Tuesday. And there's a fair chance he'll have more time to do streams after Tuesday. So I might just be worrying. But frankly, I've been worrying for a year, you know? I've been worrying for a year about this sort of thing because he's been in his final year since last September, and he had to take extra classes in the summer because he failed some, and it's been like, I have no time. And I understand that. Like, if you're in school, you're in school. I definitely respect that. But if he still has no time after he's graduated, that's a different story, you know? And at some point, I have to start doing things. Because Naomi's talked to me, like, when are we playing Mass Effect 2? Because she really liked Mass Effect, and so did I. And it's been like, well, we gotta wait for Dave. And another one. Dave and I both made a pact long before I even started dating Naomi that one day we would do Phoenix Wright on NTG. We would stream the Phoenix Wright games because we both love Phoenix Wright. And since we made that pact, because we just haven't had time, Dave's actually recently replayed all the Phoenix Wright games, like within the past year or two. You know? He's replayed them, so now they're not even, like, I haven't played them in 10 years. So they're not even old to him now. They're not even old to him now, so it's like, well, how about Naomi and I just do them? Because I love Phoenix Wright. I want to introduce Naomi to Phoenix Wright. So how about just the two of us do them? And he's like, no, I want to do it. But it's like, well, when, you know? What you're saying is that streams work best when everyone involved is invested in playing a specific game and doing the stream, but they shouldn't try and be on every stream, even with games that they love. No, it's not that. That's not necessarily what I mean, Barry. It's more like, I think the cast for a specific stream or for a specific game on this channel has to revolve around both interest and availability. Because it can't be just liking the game. Like, if you just like the game, because, for example, Dave loves Mass Effect, but Dave's played Mass Effect like 15 times. So when Naomi and I are playing it, and playing it for the first time, we don't know what we're doing, and we're enjoying it. We're discovering this game for the first time. Dave's behind the couch, he's in the back, telling us exactly what to do. And saying, no, you're going the wrong way, and you should just do this, and just beeline it for the end, and like, we're not really enjoying the game at that point, you know? So even though all three of us love it, in that sense, it's probably best for Dave not to be involved in that series. However, with Assassin's Creed, I just don't really like Assassin's Creed that much, but Dave and Naomi love it a lot. So why don't the two of them play it without me, you know? If it's just getting hard to, like, obviously all this changes if and when the stream takes off, right? If and when the stream takes off and we're actually making enough money to live on doing video game streams on Twitch, which is the goal, please. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping, and also working hard at it, but hoping. That is the goal. But once we get to that point, then it's not a big deal. Then we just pay our bills, we play whatever game the fuck we want, and then we just play what we want when we want, and then that's that, you know? But when we have to schedule around IRL jobs and studies and stuff, then it becomes a matter of trying to figure out who's best for what game and who's available to do it.
How about you? Out of my way!
Yeah, Shadow Dragon, that's what I mean too. Like, Chrono Trigger, before we kicked Dave off, because he was drunk during it, he ruined the first like 3 sessions for Naomi, who was playing it for the first time. And then it was just me and Naomi, and I had played it many times. It was my second favorite game, Chrono Trigger. But I kind of let her do it at her own pace. And then it also happened in Mass Effect. That happened too. Problem with Dave is that he gets too lazy or wants to rush things. Yeah, I agree, Kirchan. Hey, Kirchan, just out of curiosity, don't take this the wrong way. I'm just curious. Where are you from? Because you have like a way of typing that a lot of the Asian people that I have met have. So I'm just curious if you're from Japan or China or something. It's not a big deal. You don't have to tell me. I'm just wondering. Yeah, Wing Baron, we do that. We do that. We write down. We have a whiteboard. We write down who's available when and what games are doing and when. But then like Dave will see, like, can we do something else today? And then like want to do a new game, and I'll be like, well, how about we beat the ones that we already have? And then he'll like hem and haw about it. And sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. But it's just that he's been getting busier with the end of school, and he's also been asking for more new games, and I've had to put my foot down. And now I'm just wondering, like, deportation station, no. I'm just starting to wonder, guys, because like, Naomi and I are nearly done Rhythm Heaven, 2 more sessions, nearly done Pokemon Yellow, maybe 3 more sessions. Right? Pennsylvania. Oh, cool. Okay, never mind. Public education is great. Don't take it the wrong way. I didn't mean to insult you, dude. I didn't mean anything by it. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm sorry if you got offended or something. No, it's just that we're getting to the end of those games. And the next game that Naomi and I talked about playing is Uncharted 1. Because that was when like Dave loves the Uncharted series, and he was like, why don't all 3 of us do it? And I was just like, at that point I was just like, no.
Victory shall be mine.
Right? Just no, because you have said that about Mass Effect, and we're still waiting for you to have a setup. You've said that about Phoenix Wright, we're still waiting. You said that about Assassin's Creed, we're still waiting. You know what I mean? IRP is an Asian man a lot. Okay, well, fair enough. I feel your pain with trying to coordinate a group stream thing. The coordination and logistics are the worst. Well, here's the thing, Moloch. We live together. We share a house. 3 of us rent a house.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Oh, good night, Wing Baron. Have fun, man. I guess you're gonna miss the rest of my story here because there's more to it, but that's okay. I'm starting to think, instead of starting Uncharted with Naomi and I think we should play Mass Effect 2. And just tell Dave, just be like, listen, man, I'll catch you on YouTube, sure. Okay, I'll upload it in a couple days. But I'll just be like, listen, we're starting Mass Effect 2 because it has been like, it's been 15 months since we beat Mass Effect 1. We've wanted to play it, and we're just not around enough. Like, maybe he'll be around more. Maybe we can do more 3-person streams next month, right? Maybe August and onward Dave will be way more available, and everything will be fine. But like, maybe start a game and Dave is either there or he's not. The problem with that is that, you know, what happens if Dave can't consistently be there, right? Naomi and I can get whatever time off we need for anything we have to do for the channel. We're both fine financially at this point. Well, I mean, I'm not fine financially, but I'm good enough financially. She's fine financially. Dave has like student debt to worry about. He has. I'm gonna just grind in the cave because I think I get more experience in the cave. Let's grind by the entrance just so I don't fucking die. This is all new. Healing grip. Excellent.
Let us fight with honor. Victory.
Yeah, like, I know, for example, Dave and Naomi are looking for a new game to start whenever I'm not available, because there's usually around one night per week that I can't be here. And they kind of want a game. They just beat Deadpool. So I'm saying, like, why don't they play? With each battle, I grow stronger. I think you guys do see Dave as a staple as much as I do. Like, Dave and I started the NTG stuff. You know, like our first big playthrough that we completed was Pokemon Fire Red. It was like 100 parts, and it was Dave and I. You know. Dave's been a core part of this thing for a very long time. I see Dave as a staple. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so do I, frankly. I mean, I may do more work on the show, but I think he's just as important as I am, because our dynamic is unique.
Let us fight with honor. Damn. Damn.
Oh shit. You didn't kill him.
Damn. Out of my way.
How close am I to leveling?
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Okay, I just leveled. There we go. Heal up, heal up, heal up. Very good. Yeah. Haven't seen Dave that much, to be honest. I started SO for the political ship and Scrump, and then you and Naomi. But I totally get the whole thing here. Someone who's seen this kind of going on. Black shirt and jeans, he knows. He knows a lot, but he's frankly, he's normie, you know? To him, he's kind of a live for the weekend kind of guy, you know? Dave will give up. Dave will give up pretty much anything if it means he can go out and see his friends for a weekend, you know? He'll spend money to achieve that. He'll make logistical plans. He'll give up other things. He's normally like that, you know?
How about you?
He's the kind of guy that will sleep over at like his friend's house for 3 days just because he wants to go to a party or go to a barbecue or hang out with people, you know? Like, I'm not saying that's bad or that's wrong. I'm just saying that doing anything creative necessitates not being a normie. And he wants to go into a creative field, so he's already fucked. But bring in viewers, substitute for Dave. I don't know about that. No one lives near me. But no, like just one. I know that Dave and Naomi need a new game to play. I think they should do Assassin's Creed 2 without me. I think they should do the entire Assassin's Creed series without me, because I have not nearly as much interest in that, as the two of them do. They love it. You're talking about Colink, and he moved to Lopus. He moved to get like a summer job. I think he might be back though, like next year. I think. I have some friends who will abandon me for slow-cooked ribs when I'm actively making them dinner. Don't see. I'd be mad at them for that, because if like I'm already making it, it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? But I do understand your point. Like, I don't hate Dave for it. I'm just saying that it's incongruent with having any kind of long-term goal. That behavior. But yeah, I think they should do Assassin's Creed without me. I think that Naomi and I, once we're done Rhythm Heaven and Pokemon Yellow, should do Mass Effect 2 and continue our playthrough, because we had, like, Naomi was attached to her Mass Effect 1 character and she was invested in the Mass Effect 1 playthrough. And then we just sat on it for over a year waiting for Dave to have time, you know? Like, whenever Dave has time for a stream right now, it's basically going to be Kingdom Hearts with all three of us. It's going to be Hollow Knight, and it's going to be probably Captain Toad till we beat that, and then probably on to Paper Mario after Captain Toad is done. Right? I grow stronger. Like I can, like, I don't want this to sound like I'm like working with Dave is like pulling teeth, because it's usually not. Like, Dave is very flexible when it comes to the stream. He tries to plan out things as well as he can. We negotiate on, like, okay, I'm free this time, you're free this time. Can we kind of work this out and pick a block of hours where we can devote to the stream? Like, we work on it, and he's very good about making it. But it's just that the amount of stuff he says he wants to do is incongruent with the amount of time that he has. And it's starting to affect, and it has been affecting for a while, the games that we play, you know? We were supposed to start a new Zelda game months ago, but because he just keeps not having time and keeps playing, he keeps saying he wants to do it, but he keeps not having time, he keeps putting it off, and here we are. Yeah, there's so much on his plate right now. So, if you guys are interested, like, I'm looking for feedback here, okay, guys? If you guys are interested, like, Naomi and I will do Mass Effect without him. Hopefully Naomi and Dave will do Assassin's Creed without me. If you guys are okay with that, we'll do that. Dave and Jordan can keep doing Far Cry 5 whenever Jordan's available, because that's based on his availability. He's outside of the house, so it's even more stringent. Whenever he's available, we just basically make the time, and Dave does it. I'll play this game as my solo game for a while. I'm having issues hearing you over the game's music. I'll turn it down a little bit. I think it's the battle music. The battle music's kind of loud. I'm not kicking Dave off the show at Lopus. I'll turn the battle music down, Dragon Fat. Okay.
Let us fight with honor. Now then.
No, it's okay. Here's how I see it. Okay.
Victory shall be
like Dave and Jordan will do Far Cry whenever they can, whenever. I'm coming up. I'm probably not going to be that available Monday nights, so hopefully Naomi and Dave can do Assassin's Creed Monday nights and have the two of them play through Assassin's Creed 2. Hopefully.
The thrill of the fight.
Hollow Knight, Captain Toad, Paper Mario, Kingdom Hearts will all stay the same way, but I think Naomi and I are going to pick up Mass Effect 2. And I think we're going to continue with a lot of... I think her and I are going to start hitting up a lot of story-based games that Dave has been saying he wants to do but has never been available for. Like, Naomi and I did Detroit Become Human. Right? Detroit Become Human. And we enjoyed it. We did Vampire. We enjoyed. We did Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines. We enjoyed that game. We did The Walking Dead. We loved that game. Those were all games that I think would have been worse if Dave was third wheeling it with us. You know. The lav mic. It's really good. It's kind of required because I don't want there to be like a giant mic stand right here or a mic above, and I don't want it to like because the TV speakers are right there, right? So I don't want it to like be a situation where you guys are also hearing the TV. So this lav basically just picks up an area right here and picks it up pretty nicely. So I enjoy using lav mics. It's kind of a requirement because I record my whole fucking room here. It was a solution based on the necessity of how I stream, but I really enjoy it. Oh, there's birds in this area too, so it's fun. You look down when you read shit. Screen for the chat on the floor. Yeah, the screen's right there. I have hold on. Okay, the game screen is right there. I have a secondary game screen for if we play DS games or PC games or something over there. Right there is the chat. Right there is the view count, the stream. If I need to turn on the stream, I can see the stream, the view count, and an audio panel that allows me to enable my headphones. Up there is the second audio panel. That's where I mute myself or I mute the game audio. Right there is the camera and also a screen where I can see myself in the camera. And right there is the stream panel where I can hit record and bring myself in and out. And that's where everything is. Yeah, I have a green screen studio in my house. I took there was like 2 living rooms in this house. I adapted one into the studio. Would I watch local news on YouTube? Kinda. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Interview was very telling when it came to his work ethic. Kir-chan, camera lady, Nicole, did most of the anime review stuff. Dave recorded it, but camera lady edited it, and camera lady and I shot it. Damn. Wow, Torvar. Nice.
Damn. I will cut you down. Damn. With each battle, I grow strong.
French Canadians can actually be quite rude in my experience. I've experienced some rudeness from them. They definitely look down on non-French speakers for sure. Yeah. I mean, I didn't mean for this to become like a downstream, guys. I wanted to be. I mean, I put positivity as one of the fucking tags of the stream. I wanted this to be a positive stream, but it's just that there are so many games that I want to play on NTG, especially games that I want Naomi to experience. Because like I've played through Phoenix Wright. Naomi hasn't. I know she would love it. I know her personality very well. I know she would love it. I want to play it with her. And the roadblock for that one has been Dave. You know, good night, Elo. Good night. The roadblock for that's been Dave. You know, it's been like I've been waiting almost 4 years to play that. Dave has some editing experience, but he didn't edit any of the anime reviews. Yeah, Torvar, I got the actual copy. Yeah. Didn't come with anything, but it was $40 Canadian. It's a good price for a game like this. I'd pay for it. It's like a vent you're holding for a while. It's not just venting. It's also me trying to figure out what to do, because these games that I've mentioned, Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, Chrono Trigger, or, you know, Earthbound was on the list. Phoenix Wright. These are all games that we started with the intention of playing through them as a series, going from each entry in the series as we beat them, and it just fell by the wayside because Dave wasn't available. So I'm just maybe I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that there are some games that are just better to do without him. Because Detroit Become Human was a shit game, but Naomi and I think we did a very good playthrough of it. We shat on it just enough, but we also gave its few good moments actual time to breathe. I think that's how it is. Like, varies in a various. You mentioned earlier that there's a different dynamic for each of us, and I think the way I described it before was actually the best way to describe it. Naomi and I do very well with story-heavy games because Dave likes to rush things. Naomi and I both like to let moments breathe. So for a story game where the requirement is to let things breathe, we do very well for the three of us. Dave and I do very well at action games and at retro games because we are retro kids. You know, we grew up with the SNES and the NES. We grew up with the N64. We have old favorites that we can play together and really enjoy and relate a whole bunch of stories from all the years we've been playing games together. You know? So I think Dave and I do best when we're playing games from our childhood. You know? Dave and Naomi are best when they're playing brawlers and stealth games, because those are games that I have no interest in, and those are games that I'm not very good at. And they have their own dynamic. It's like a low energy dynamic, but it's still, in my opinion, interesting because they can still, you know, just kind of chill out and relax and hang out with you guys. And, you know, okay, they're both more normie than I am, right? So they can tell normie stories that I wouldn't really be able to appreciate. They can relate certain things that I don't really know. They have their own dynamic going on, and they have a type of genre that they can do without me. So I think they should do that. And then when it's all three of us, it has to be a game that we're just either like a party game or a game that we're all gonna just like relish and shitting on, like Life is Strange. We're like, yeah, these fucking SJWs. I'm gonna enjoy shitting on Chloe Price. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. I think that there is definitely a dynamic that and a type of game that we all do best. And I think I want to try sticking to that a bit more going forward, because trying to force three people into a JRPG didn't really seem to work. It didn't really work for Chrono Trigger. It didn't work for Earthbound. Yeah, exactly. Shadow Dragon. Yeah. Trying to force, you know, me to play a stealth game, which I don't like. Trying to force Dave to watch Naomi and I experience a game he's played 15 million times, like Mass Effect or like Phoenix Wright. That's not going to work. Honestly, trying to make Naomi play a platformer is not going to work. Naomi and I played Shovel Knight together, and it was not a good experience because she was exceptionally bad at it. Dave and I are basically, like, we're both okay at platformers. Like, okay, you guys can laugh at me about how bad I played Mega Man, but, like, so much better than Naomi. Naomi can't play platformers. It's just not a type of game she's good at. But even though Dave and I are sometimes bad at platformers, we really love them. I love Mega Man, I love Mario, I love Kirby, I love Yoshi, I love all of the old platformers. I love Banjo, you know, I love DK64, I love Donkey Kong Country. So I don't know. I guess what I just want to ask you is, do you guys have any interest? Dave, Mario Time Machine stream. You can tell he's not comfortable streaming alone. Yeah, Dave wanted to try streaming alone. He streamed Mario Time Machine on the Super Nintendo about a year ago, and it was kind of a shit show. What am I looking for here? Anyway, I think I'm actually how much I have some money. I'm gonna go back to the town and try to buy some armor or something. I'm not gonna talk about this too much. Like, I've spent an entire hour ranting about this. I'm sure you guys are done, beyond done hearing me talk about this. So I'll wrap it up here. I'll wrap it up right here. But I guess what I want to ask is, would you guys be interested in watching something like Dave and Naomi, Dev 2 and Female Dev? Would you guys be interested in watching Dave and Naomi play Assassin's Creed 2? Or would you guys be interested in watching Naomi and I play Mass Effect 2 or play Phoenix Wright? I like your streams and catch them whenever I can because you are friendly and approachable. Thank you. I try to be. There's a fan of me. Well, thank you, man. I do my best. I do intend to work as hard as I can to eventually make this stream big. And there may be, if there's like 3 digits of people watching in the chat room instead of 2, it might not be as easy to maintain this level of chat interaction. But I'm always going to do my best to, at least, even if I can't answer every single question, at least, you know, hang out and answer general questions, or take polls of questions even, you know, or you know, there's always a way to figure out something, right? Joseph Stalin, number 2 on both, because on this channel we've already played Mass Effect 1 and Assassin's Creed 1, and those playthroughs are uploaded to the No Talent Gaming YouTube channel. I can say as much as I can and be interacted with is just the best thing I've had from any streamer. Well, as streamers get bigger, they can't interact quite as much, right? But I do intend to at least be able to chat with people. I don't want to ignore the chat room. Yeah, Shadow Dragon, I know what you mean. I mean, it is the end goal of any serious streamer to want a big audience, right? But at the same time, it gets too big and the dynamic changes, and I'm kind of scared of that. I've had multiple people tell me that they think I have it in me to be a big streamer. They think that this channel can be big. We have the quality, the setup, the talent, you know. I have to work on my consistency, I know that. But I am a little bit scared of what happens when I can't reply to everybody. Because I think once that happens, I'll probably start losing some people. Some people who have been here for quite a while, and I wouldn't want to do that because I value everybody. That's why I try to, even when like a stream is busy, you know, I try to pop in to Discord and like say hi afterwards, right? And see if anybody wants to talk. You know what I mean? I'm not already famous, dude. This stream has 13 people watching it. It's not famous. See, for me, Various, I think like 500 people and lower is enough that you can still pay attention to the chat and answer some questions, but not so big. But not so big like the chat is just a moving fucking wall of shit that you can't even read, you know? 500, and like on 500, you can actually live on the ad revenue of 500 people, you know? No, that's it. Jesus, there's some good money in this. Maybe I can buy some new stuff, guys. Let me do this menuing here first before I... Oh, fuck, I should've just got that helm. I'll get the armor at least. Oh, ooh. Should I save up for the silver vest, maybe? Yeah, I should've just got this helm, first of all. God damn it. I'm gonna grind for the silver vest, then. I'm not even gonna bother buying the bronze armor. I'll just grind for the silver vest. It's like, here, shopkeep. I put it on once, now buy it back. Let's go sleep before we head back out there. But yeah, I'd like a mid-sized community. That's my current goal. Something that I can live on just by streaming, and something that's not so big that I can't, like the chat room basically might as well not be there, you know? That's my goal. Jesus Christ. You guys don't like Unison, eh? DevCon will be better than FozyCon. DevCon. I wonder when Sargon's gonna do a con. Sarcon. Why not? I'd go to a Sarcon.
Let us fight with honor. Have at you. The battle.
Dawn Sarcon.
Have at you.
Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry if this was a depressing
Have at you.
situation, guys. I didn't mean for it to be. I don't think it was completely, but I've honestly, a CADCon. I've been feeling down for honestly like almost 2 months now. Things have not felt completely right. And like, I know there are people in the chat room, we don't gotta name names, but there are people in the chat room who have it way worse than me in their personal life. And I don't want to disparage what they're going through. You know what I mean? I don't want to disparage what they have going on by even comparing what's happening with me to what's happening with them. There are definitely people who are going to hear around what to say and be like, Dev, you're a fucking baby.
Have at you.
My life's way worse than yours. And you know, I understand that, you know? But like, I'd say maybe about 2 months ago, maybe a little bit less, Naomi and I got into a really big fight. We hadn't gotten into a big fight since like the first 3 or 4 months of our relationship. It had been smooth sailing for over a year. Like every couple fights, right? You get like little fights. But there hadn't been a serious fight up until about 2 months ago. And it was mostly my fault. It was a lot of bad habits that I haven't been able to shake from my younger years, where I had a much shittier life than I do now. Like bad habits from old relationships that I was carrying over, that it was completely unfair to Naomi, and we got into a fight over it. Actually, it wasn't really us getting into a fight because I had admitted it. Oh, there's like a hidden thing down here. A black cap. Can I wear that? Elemental defense and evasion, but that's a lot of physical defense to lose. I'm just gonna hold on to it for now.
It's a good day for battle.
You like a hug? Thank you for the hug, Kirchan. And yeah, Child Dragon, I try to keep it that way. Like, there's no point in playing Oppression Olympics, right? There's no point in doing that. But in any case, though. It wasn't really a fight, it was more like her kind of snapping and being at the end of her rope with some of my bad habits, and me understanding that yes, I need to change them. Like, it was not I'd say it was like 90% me and 10% her. There were a few things that she was doing that was legitimately outrageous on her part, but it was mostly me, and I was like, I have to fix that. And in the 2 months since then, some of them I've worked on and I've had some very good success. Some of them I haven't. You know what? Okay, come on, Torvar. Some of them I haven't really improved, and I'm still trying to find ways to improve some of those habits and knee-jerk reactions that I have sometimes. But then after that fight, like a week later, the whole air conditioning thing happened, right? And then we had the giant argument on the Kingdom Hearts stream about the air conditioning thing. That happened. Okay? And that was kind of a downer. And that happened to Dave. Like Dave doesn't normally respond that poorly to a joke. He did this time because that same day was the day that Avery had contacted him, and we found out that Avery was dating a 70-year-old man. Like, she had left Dave to date a fucking pensioner in the UK. Humor's my attempt at life. No, I understand.
Victory shall be mine.
Yeah, that did hit nobody kind of hard, it seems. I talked to her about it later. Like, it's all patched up now. But basically, Dave was already on edge because he had been in contact with his ex and found out that his ex had left him for a pensioner. We're talking a 23-year-old girl dating a 70-year-old man. And if you go to the Discord and go to the main channel, I pinned pictures of Avery and her new boyfriend together. Her new British boyfriend, because she's in the UK now. She moved to the UK, got a job there, and started dating a pensioner. I don't know what else you can say about that. Like, shit, like that's got to be a punch to the gut. And Dave even said, like, after the stream we talked about it, and I was like, Dave, you don't usually react to a joke at your expense like that. And he's like, I just fucking hate my life right now, dude. And I was like, okay, man, Jesus. He was not happy during that stream, and it wasn't because of the joke. That was just the trigger. It was because of everything going on. So that happened. And then, like, I made some mistakes at my day job. I made some not big mistakes. Like, it's a fucking minimum wage grocery store job. Nobody cares. There's never really a big mistake unless you burn the store down. There's no such thing as a big mistake in that environment. But I'm gonna go sell this lantern and buy that equipment. You know, he was on Sad Man days. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I made some mistakes at work, and there was a bunch of people who were really mad at me, and it was my fault, but it wasn't all my fault. Some of it was kind of out of my control, but I still got blamed anyway. And like, even though it's a disposable job, you still kind of, if you have any kind of moral center, you still feel a little bit bad, right? You still feel a little bit like if someone blames you for something you didn't do, even if it has no consequence long term on your life, if you have any kind of moral center, you still feel a bit bad. You're still like, you know, I should have pulled that out, or I should have, you know what I mean? So that happened right after that, and then like, a few people that I had known for a while, I'm still friends with them because we worked it out, but they told me that I wasn't going to make it on YouTube or on Twitch, and that I should probably, if attempting to do so was stressing me out, I should just give it up. And these are people that I'm not going to name names because I'm still friends with them and we worked it out, but these are people that I like a lot, people that I trust, people who I respect, and I respect their opinion. And I told them straight up, like, it bugged me for a day, right? And then I came back the next day and I said, listen, you've now told me your opinion, and I do appreciate it, but don't tell me again. If you want to give me criticism on how to improve the stream, you want to give me advice, I will, of course, listen, because I want to improve it. But even if the market is saturated, even if I only have now 11 viewers, even if I at best get to about 30 viewers on a good day, I'm still going to do this, and I'm not going to give up until I die, because I love doing this sort of thing. I love this stream, and I love you guys. And I love making the videos that I make on YouTube, you know? Even if my videos only get 5,000 or 10,000 hits, even if I only have 34,000 subs, I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to do it until I get old and die, and either I'll be successful or I won't. But I'm not going to stop, because I love doing it too much. I don't want to work any other job, you know? Something being unrealistic doesn't really matter if you want it enough, and I wanted enough. And I told them that, and I said, listen, I'm gonna do this, come hell or high water. And one of them actually said, okay, after after I've heard you say that speech, I actually think you'll do it now. And I was like, well, okay, I guess I'll make it then. And then one of them was like, you know what, I respect that. I understand. Like, I don't want to drag you down. I don't want to be the one that drags you down. And I said, oh, okay, you know. Copper Lantern's only 600. Shit. So that was kind of a downer, right? Like, the fuck, you be playing this game anyways, what do you need success for? I still need success. Let's be honest here, Shadow Dragon. I still need success. But I am willing to chase success. And I'm willing to work very hard for it. You know? I don't want to wear this. I'm going to keep my helmet. I'm willing to work very hard for success at streaming and at making videos. I don't want to work at a grocery store for the rest of my life, and frankly, I don't want to get a 9-to-5 or some kind of salaried 40-hour-a-week position. I want to do this, you know? Dev, you're a cuck. Hi, Hente Man 0717. Am I a cuck? I mean, my girlfriend is supposed to be visiting her grandparents for the next 3 days. But if she's not, and you're in fact accurate in calling me a cuck, there's always that.
Victory. The battle. Now then.
Black shirt and jeans.
Out of my way.
This is a story I can't tell you.
No.
I can't tell you the story. At some point I'll be able to.
The battle.
Probably after I become successful. Because it's something that Dave doesn't know. Naomi knows and Dave doesn't know. And I'm keeping it secret until basically I've moved far enough away that my family's no longer around and a lot of my old friends are no longer around. But to say it without details, I once had a normie life that made me a lot of money. And I hated it, and I hated myself. And I'm never going back to that. I will be poor for the rest of my life if it means chasing after this dream.
It's a good day for battle. Victory shall
I've been
be
instructing
mine.
everyone who joins the server to call you a cuck because you've been advertising on Sargoy's server. Oh, well that fucking explains it.
The battle.
Remind me never to say I hope you die because I said that once and you died in a car crash. Jesus. That's another story I could tell too. But this doesn't need to be the pure fucking depression stream tonight, so let's not go into every goddamn terrible moment in my life. But basically, I guess to continue on of why the past 2 months have been kind of rough. Like, I've been editing up, I've been working on How Cucked Canada Part 4. It's a part about Jordan Peterson, and every single time I go to look at it, I find more links, and more videos, and more events that he's done, and more happenings, and the file gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I just can't, I don't know what to do. Like, the video is going to be 3 hours long at this point, you know? And I don't know, man. I have tons of JP. Shit, what should I get? Oh, I learned cover. I can equip support skills from the skills menu. Okay. How? Oh, they're already down there. This is better than Depression Quest. What, hearing me rant about this stuff, Techno? Do you actually enjoy that? Like, I'm becoming almost overwhelmed with the Jordan Peterson video because there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff, you know? And I'm thinking maybe I should, like, I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Your old content does have a lot. See, guys, Kir-chan is watching all the old No Talent Gamings. There's like a 5+ year backlog of this stream on the No Talent Gaming YouTube channel, and Kir-chan is watching them all back for old SFO lore and stories of Dave and I. It's kind of impressive, frankly. Do you enjoy the old stuff, Kir-chan?
Victory. The battle is
I might skip Jordan Peterson entirely and do a different topic, and just do like a separate series on Jordan Peterson himself after How Cactus Canada is over, you know?
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Because the video is going to be overwhelming if I keep doing it. If I keep going the way that I'm going. This guy's just selling. Why is there like a merchant in the cave? Yeah, Shadow Dragon, I'm probably gonna do Jordan Peterson as a different series. I think I'll do Jordan Peterson as like just talking it out with you guys has actually helped me a bit. I think I'm gonna do Jordan Peterson as a different series, and then do different topics in How Cactus Canada, because doing a video season 2, how woke is Jordan Peterson? Not really, Stalin. There's only one story that I don't want to tell Dave, and I can't tell you guys either. And I'm basically waiting for the right time. And it's not going to be for at least a few years, so... Everything else is like either depressing shit that Dave already knows, and other stuff. Oh, I guess before... I'm going to take a quick break here and get some more water. But I guess I will say one last thing. Recently I recorded a Dumping with Scrump with Lilith Lovett involved, right? Now, I love Lilith. She's great. I like doing content with her and Scrump. I like it whenever she joins me on a Dumping with Scrump. But it's harder to edit with Lilith involved for several reasons. One, because 3 audio tracks, 3 audio files is always just going to be harder to edit than 2. When it's Scrump and I, it's 2 audios. When it's Scrump, I, and Lilith, it's 3 audios. So it's already harder. It's harder to do it. Secondly, Lilith, as much as I like her, she's not a perfect public speaker, and I have to edit out a lot of takes that she's retried on, or I have to edit out, you know, things she stutters on, or like awkward pauses and stuff. Like, there's a lot more editing to do whenever Lilith's involved, and I don't blame her. It's just she just needs practice, right? Like, there's nothing. I'm not trying to say a single negative thing about her at all. It's just that editing a video with her takes at least twice as long, sometimes 3 times as long. You know, it gets tough sometimes. We recorded a dump last Thursday, and I'm still not entirely there yet. And like, and you know what? I recorded a dump with Count Dankula 2 days ago. That one will probably come out tomorrow. It'll come out first because it's just easier to edit. And like, it's not her fault. She just needs practice. Like, I'm not pushing off the responsibility on anybody else. But I do kind of feel shit that I've been sitting on this for a while and I haven't been able to get it out. And while I'm trying to do this dump, I'm not working on the next How Cactus Canada or the next video. And honestly, my last 2 SFO videos haven't really been the best either. Like, I did the Starbucks video, which people, I think, have all completely agreed was not that good. It was okay, but it wasn't that good. And I did the Bake the Cake video, which was good, but it was short. You know, it didn't really have much meat to it. So I've actually been quite disappointed in my content recently. at least the SFO side of content. And then I keep forgetting to upload the anime reviews, and you know, there's the problems with the stream that we've already talked about. So basically, the past 2 months have felt like I'm kind of out of my groove, you know? Things are going bad everywhere, and it doesn't seem to be entirely my fault, but it is definitely partially my fault. And I'm not doing a very good job at handling the aspects that are my fault. So I've been in kind of a downer for the past 2 months. And being in a downer makes it worse, because then you don't feel like working, and then it spirals downward, right? Like, motivation either spirals upwards or it spirals downward, you know? Either way, it becomes a feedback loop. This can all be solved with one simple thing. Become a Fortnite YouTuber.
Let us fight with honor. The battle is on my way.
Well, I have the house to myself. Oh, and to top it off, guys. I think I'm starting to get sick. I think I'm starting to like get a flu or something, because since this afternoon I haven't felt 100%. So.
The battle is truly joined.
Yeah, black shirt and jeans, I do make lists, and I do have goals, and I put together plans, and I work as hard as I can, but there are times when I feel burnt out, or there are times when I feel like I need a break, or there are times when I feel like even if I work, I'm never going to be able to accomplish it. There are times when I feel like it's almost futile to even try. There are times when I'm waiting on somebody else or something else to happen, and I can't do anything until it happens. So I'm just kind of stuck, you know? Sometimes I'm running at complete efficiency and still not getting things done. And then sometimes I'm not running at complete efficiency, and I feel guilty for not being there. Step 1, keto diet. You know what? I've actually been on a better diet, and that's one thing that I've done. No, I agree, black shirt and jeans. I completely agree with you. I can tell you the one... Yeah, I do love avocado. I had avocado toast this morning, actually. I can tell you the one thing that I've been doing really well. I have been on a diet now since June 24th, and I have stuck to it. I have broken the diet 3 times. I went out to sushi with my parents, Naomi and I, and my mom and dad. They came to town. We went out for sushi. 2 nights ago, Naomi and I had pizza and ice cream because it was her time of the month. And then there was one other time where we got, what did we get? We got some kind of junk food. It's not important what it was. But basically, I've cheated on the diet 3 times. I've never allowed taking a break from the diet for 1 meal to turn into a downward spiral of just shitty eating. I've worked out, not every day, but I'd say on average about every 2nd day. I've done cardio and weightlifting. And most importantly, I'm doing intermittent fasting. I do all of my eating for a day in between a 6 and 8 hour window. And even on my cheat days, no. On 2 out of the 3 of those cheat situations, I have stuck to that. I've stuck to that eating window of between 6 and 8 hours of eating, and then 18 and 16 hours of no eating. I've managed to stick to it ever since June 24th. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've actually lost quite a bit of weight. I've lost nearly 15 pounds. I think as of today, it's like 13 and a half, maybe 14 pounds. And I feel better. Shirts that didn't fit me 2 months ago, they're starting to fit me again. I have more energy, you know? I have a stronger libido. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about that, the details of that, but nonetheless, a lot of things related to my health are getting better recently, right? Well, Shadow Dragon, you can also get better if you like. It's not impossible for anybody. Your doctor told you to stop fasting. How come? How come? I need to eat at 12 p.m. and dinner around 8 p.m. Well, that's still an 8-hour fast, Dragon Fat, if you want. How much money do I have? Still not enough. What's my level? What's my... Challenge level 10. Okay. Everyone's big on the before 10 and after 10 fasting. I watched a few Joe Rogan's podcasts and videos on the subject, and the information that I've been able to find is that as long as you stick to a consistent time, you're okay. It doesn't need to be before 10 or after 10, but as long as you pick 6 hours and eat within those 6 hours, or 8 hours and eat within those 8 hours, you're okay. I have my first meal at 11. I get up at about 7. I have water. I work out. I do some other work, and then I have my first meal at about 11 a.m. And then I'll have the last thing to eat right before the stream at about 7 p.m. At the absolute latest. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 7, because sometimes Naomi's home and we have like a dinner at 5 p.m. Sometimes she doesn't come home, and because she's at work, you know. So but that's what I do. And as long as you make it the same set of hours every day, it doesn't need to be certain hours, just the same hours. You're pretty much okay. Oh shit. I've been dicking around for like 2 hours just talking to you guys and grinding. Do you guys even enjoy this? I don't know. I'm gonna take a break though. I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, okay? BRB. Thank you for putting up with me, by the way. I love you guys.